After working with closely 50 brands over the years, I've seen patterns. The good, the bad, and everything in between. Today, I will take you even deeper into the most critical business insights I've learned from helping these brands grow. Insights few people talk about, but they can completely transform the way you run your business. I will try to list them down in detail so you can fully understand and apply each insight step by step. So let's get right into it. One of the most common and costly mistakes, not knowing your numbers. I don't care how busy your team is, I don't care how many sales you had last month. I have seen businesses do that as well, but when they are asked about CAC, LTV, churn, and profit margins, they often go completely quiet. When you don't know your numbers, you're missing the bigger picture entirely. You might as well go into the ocean sailing without having a compass with you. You will have zero idea whether you're heading into the right direction or further away from it. Knowing your numbers lets you confidently decide where to invest, where to cut, and where to double down. Focus on the key metrics: customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, profit margins, churn rate, conversion rates, and that's it. Don't just look at them once though. Review them monthly, spot trends over time, and adjust accordingly. One client of mine thought their best-selling product was also what was bringing the profit into the business. But once we analyzed their numbers, it turned out it was the one that was bringing revenue at the top end, but at the lower end, it was draining their resources because of high acquisition costs. And the product that should be their main priority was sitting in stock for months. The numbers told a very, very different story from their insight. If you want to make better decisions, just put systems in place to track and visualize these key metrics. Just a simple spreadsheet is even better than having nothing. But ideally, it's best to monitor them in real time. Now, if you're running a funnel and selling to customers, you need to know your numbers, inside and out. If you'd like help setting up a system that shows you exactly what is working and where you're leaking money, DM me 99 and I'll share how we can potentially work together. It's incredible how often businesses stick to what worked in the past, even if it's no longer delivering. Platforms evolve whether you like it or not. If you don't evolve with them, you will fall behind, my friend. One of the most dangerous assumptions is believing that because something worked once, a campaign, an email sequence you ran, an ad creative you had last year, it will keep working forever. That is wrong. I've seen campaigns that crushed for months completely collapse because the audience fatigued or maybe simply the platform's rules changed. Doing the same thing and expecting better results or maybe even different results is just wasting your time, your money, and your energy. Instead, make it a habit to every once in a while step back and ask yourself this thing. What worked in the past month or maybe the past week? Why it worked? Is it still working? Or maybe what needs to change so that it works? And this is, my friend, the highest value change you can do tomorrow. One client of mine had been running this Facebook ad for an entire year last year. And honestly, this is what 80% of the businesses out there do. But I'm assuming that you being here and watching this video separates you from the 99% of them. So we took the same ad that was once working and we did some major tweaks in the ad. We repurposed the same thing in 5 different ways. And we had a 3x increase in conversions in just 2 weeks. The key here is to build in review cycles. Don't wait until you are on fire before you adapt. Stay proactive. Another critical lesson is learning how to act on data instead of emotion. One other client, a clothing company, experienced a sudden drop in their performance, and on our bi-weekly call, we outlined several ideas to test in their landing page, but they assumed that they needed to implement everything all at once. That would have just create chaos and drown us in useless data that we could not simply process. In reality, proper A/B testing means isolating one variable, maybe 2 maximum at the same time, and waiting at least 2 weeks to gather statistically significant results. To put it simply, in fact, if you are disciplined, you can run about 26 proper A/B tests a year. No more than that. Beyond that, you risk overlapping variables and polluting your data. Because even if you see performance increase, you cannot tell where it comes from. So slow down and define a clear question you are trying to answer, only one at a time. Test one thing, wait for valid data, and when you have it, you can move on. When I helped that client pace themselves and test systematically, they saw steady, meaningful improvements instead of confusion. Also, pro tip, document your tests. What changed, what the hypothesis was, and what the outcome was. This will build you a library of learnings you can later refer back to. Many people believe they should build the perfect funnel or the perfect campaign, but perfection, my friend, is a myth. Even if you achieve a record day, tomorrow things will change. That's why the real goal should not be perfection. The real goal should be consistent, measurable improvement over time. I've seen brands hesitate and losing time, always fine-tuning their offers and wait for the perfect moment to launch their products. Meanwhile, their competitors go ahead, run ads, bring traffic to their landing pages, and get the cheapest clicks. One brand we worked 2 years ago launched a basic MVP service. They ran ads to get product market fit and improved it based on their customer feedback and tripled their revenue within a year. If they were aiming for perfection before the first visit on the landing page, that would not have been possible. What you need to get from this is having a mindset of iteration, small, constant improvements that compound over time. Progress will always beat perfection. In fact, to make this actionable for you, set specific improvement targets each quarter. Conversion rates, average order value, retention rates, clicks to a landing page, and work towards those rather than chasing some vague idea of perfection. These lessons are the highlight of what I've seen and observed working with 50+ brands over the years. Here's a quick recap. Know your numbers and trust the data over your feelings. Stop repeating the same mistakes over and over again and stay flexible and adapt. Run disciplined A/B tests and focus on clarity over chaos. Aim for improvement and not perfection. Launch, learn, iterate, and just repeat the same cycle over and over again. And if you just take one of these and put it into practice today, you'll already be ahead of most of your competitors. And if you want to go deeper on understanding and tracking your numbers, I've got another video linked right here that I believe you will find incredibly helpful. If this video was helpful, hit subscribe and leave a comment letting me know which insight resonated with you the most. And if you're ready to set up the right systems in your business, reach out. I'd love to help. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.